Alright, I just want to show you the differences in these Winchester 1897 shotguns. These are the much older models. This one is made around 1900, and it is a Winchester 1897 12 gauge pump. They originally came with the metal butt plates, and this one was made in 1903, and it has a 28-inch barrel, the 1903, and it is a takedown. This particular one here, the 1900 that was made, Winchester 1897, has a 20-inch barrel with a compensator. This is called a Kuntz compensator. Cuts. And it's a shame because this is cylinder bore. As you see there, it says cylinder 12 CYL. And then this one says 12 as a full choke. So it's a shame that, I guess back in probably the 40s or 50s, no, probably the 50s, I would think, somebody put this Kuntz compensator on. And even the early versions, their buttstocks came with a rounded grip right here, as you can see on this one, and it also has it on this one. So, and then, I mean, I think, not quite sure, I think it was like 1910 maybe, and up. So I believe they made them up to around, what, 57, I believe. But they had the more square pistol grip than the round. So they didn't make these very long in the round. This one's in really nice shape. Well, they're actually both in pretty decent shape. But this one's all original. There is some bluing still left on this, as you can see. Excuse me, as you can see. There's quite some more, bluing on the receiver and the barrel. So this one's been pretty well taken care of. I mean, it's not bad at all. It shoots nice. It's very tight. Has all original forearm. And again, it is the 28-inch barrel. This one is the only thing that's not original on it is the forearm. I replaced that with a new old stock forearm because I do have the original. Let me just see here. I'll go get it real quick. I'll just pause you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Here's the original forearm that was attached to this when I first acquired this. And as you can see, both pieces at the top are missing. So a lot of these, through the years, if they were pretty well, not beat up, but used, these top pieces would break off. Because, see, you can see it's really thin. And either they were completely cracked all the way down or missing. So I was very fortunate to get another forearm. And like I said, this is new old stock, probably made around the 70s, 1970s. But of course, it's not the right stain. Because you could see, I mean, even this looks a little darker than this, but I think it is the original one. I'm pretty sure it is. But I could just take the time and sand this down if I wanted to and restain it and try to match the stock. But no big deal. If I'm going to do that, I know a lot of people get disgusted by it when either they cut these barrels off and they make them sort of like a Riot gun, because I believe this is an original Riot. I don't believe that it was cut down at all, being that it's a 20-inch cylinder bore, and I really believe that. But what I was going to do is take this cuts compensator off, maybe I'm still up in the air with it, is try to unsolder the adapter. There's an adapter that comes about like this, and then this just screws on, and then you can put your different choke adapters on here, and then do that, and hopefully I could clean up the tip of the barrel. Hopefully, if it's not laid down a little bit for this adapter, and then kind of blue it a little bit, and then restain this, and then put a shoulder strap on it, a leather sling, I mean, and kind of make it a nice Riot. Not necessarily a trench. The only time I would make it like a sort of like a trench gun, since it's the Riot, is if this barrel was kind of messed up a little bit at the tip here, and then I would just get a heat shield and just kind of make it look like a trench gun. And it's still okay. I mean, it is what it is. But this one's in decent shape. I think this one's probably just in a better shape than this one, of course. But they both shoot well, and there's no problems. No, I would not cut this barrel down, this 28-inch barrel. But again, this is the Takedown model, and this is the non-Takedown model. So this is called a fixed barrel. But if you wanted to take it down, you take this screw out, take this off here, and then you just unscrew this magazine tube, and it pops out, and then it's easy to clean. And I've actually had this thing apart a couple times. I took all this apart, the bolt and everything, and I cleaned it up really well. One thing I want to mention, on a lot of these I've seen many, and I've had quite a few, is they have stress cracks in the back of the stock here. So I don't know if you could see it. Let's see if I could get a good picture of it. All right, there it is right there, see it? So you got a stress crack right there, and then there should be one on this side slightly, yeah, right there. Here we go. Right there, there's a stress crack. See that one? So if you see that, and now you look on this 20-inch cylinder bore one, you can actually see the stress crack right there, see? It's funny how this has just a slight little crack starting right there. Just a little bit. But it's still solid. And I guess either that's from pumping this thing really hard, slam firing it. A lot of people would slam fire these. They're both slam fire. So if you hold the trigger back and just keep pumping, you could just shoot all the shells without, going back and forth with your trigger finger. And I don't see that. I mean, hey, I guess it's fun. I've done it, but I want to do it all the time. I mean, come on. I don't know why you would need it, but I guess if you're in the trench and you're fighting for your life, I guess maybe the slam fire would be ideal in that situation. But that's probably what's made the stress cracks. Bringing that pump back and that bolt, just slamming it in. But I've seen a lot of those that would crack like that. But you could take this stock off and kind of re-glue that and clamp it down and secure that really well with like a 2-part putty, and you should be fine for many, many more years. All right, so there you go. I have the, turn on that light a little bit. So these are the two Winchester 1897s. And again, that one was made in 1900. Has the fixed barrel with a cuts compensator welded on the top, or on the end of the barrel. I did replace the forearm, like I said, and this one is a 1903 Winchester 1897, and this is all original with a Takedown and 28-inch barrel. So there you go, just a little bit of information, and I know there's a ton of information out on these things, but it's funny when you see these, you either hate them or you love them, and you could get addicted to these. And like I said, I had quite a few in my collection quite a while ago, and this is all I have left now. I just have the two. but I actually miss them. So, but if you come across these at a good price and start collecting them, they're just really neat to have. There's just something about them. And like the Winchester Model 12s, they were really nice. I have one of those on the Model 12s, and if you compare them to the 1897s, the Model 12 Winchester was actually smoother than the 1897s. And but you know, these were almost the very first ones that came out with the John Browning design, and you know, you're talking about a whole different setup on the Model 12, and but they're up there too, the Model 12s. All right, we'll see you.